What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Apartment King podcast.
Well, we're back yet again.
Back once again, like we never left.
I don't even know what number we're on, do you?
This is number 12.
Yay, lucky number 12.
Lucky number 12.
I'm excited. I don't know, I guess to give viewers a new scheduling plan that we want to follow is... No.
I mean, we always have a scheduling plan. We're not going to stick to it.
I want to stick to it, and if people want to comment on it, because when I first heard it, I thought it was kind of weird, because when I typically listen to podcasts, I want it to be whatever. We were planning to do it every Mondays and Tuesdays, basically, which, you know.
We're not going to do it. Like, we say that, we're not going to fucking do it. You're going to get these episodes whenever you get them.
But hey, we could. We want to.
Yeah. In a perfect world.
You never know. I really want to be consistent, especially, I don't know. You've been really good and consistent with the gym. I feel like that's a great start to just start your day.
Yeah.
And I don't know. That's my goal for this new month and the month of April, this new quarter, just thinking in systems of like my job and everything. I really want to, because we are planning to go to Disneyland and just summer coming up. I'm ready to just, I know I say it every podcast, I'm ready to just get really consistent with my gym and the podcast, and yeah, I'm see how that goes.
Yeah
I really do, because you've been really consistent with the gym. How long have you been going now?
I don't know, it's been about a week, but
or so.
Even before that I was doing pretty good, but I would just like fuck up or whatever.
Yeah,
but I don't know, funny enough, I feel like I've been doing like low-key 75-day hard without really calling it 75-day hard, because I've been like gymming in the morning and then like doing an outside workout at night, or at least trying to.
Or you gym multiple times a day, which is kind of nuts.
Or I'll gym like twice a day or something like that. I guess the only thing that like I'm kind of fucking up on is like the diet.
Not really. I feel like you haven't. I mean, I know we eat like a sweet here and there, but you specifically, I don't think you've been doing that bad. Especially like you've been fucking up salads.
Yeah, I have been eating a lot of salads. You know? I guess what I mean is like I just haven't stuck to like my personal diet goal, which was the 1 meal a day.
Yeah.
But even then, it's like I usually do like 2 meals, maybe a third, but it's always like something relatively healthy.
Right.
So.
And it's funny, the 1 meal a day challenge, lifestyle, whatever you might call it, I've actually been, and I've been like on and off with it, but every time I do it, I really, really enjoy it. Mm-hmm. And I was telling you this earlier in the car, it just, for me, I have like tummy issues, I'm a little lactose, you know, I might be a little gluten intolerant, all of that stuff. So 1 meal a day, I typically eat it around like 4 to 5, you know, and it's like, I'll kind of eat it throughout the entire hour. So I do enjoy like, he calls it like, it's not really 1 meal when you're like eating it throughout the day, which I'm kind of trying to stop. But I literally wake up with not really a stomach ache. Like, I wake up way lighter, I'll say that.
Yeah, there's a lot of benefits for, like, not stuffing yourself, you know.
I mean, yeah. Did you know if you didn't stuff yourself?
I mean, I feel like most people, they never allow themselves to, like, truly feel hungry.
Yeah.
Like, the moment they feel any type of, like, hunger or, like, that tummy rumbling, they get like a snack, you know what I mean? So it's never like a time when
says a guy earlier, oh, I hate this feeling of hunger and eat.
No, I do. But I can push it farther than like I feel like the average person.
Average American.
I hate feeling hungry. Yeah. That's like the worst fucking feeling in the world.
It's like a weird rumbling warm, you know, like.
But for me, it's not even really the hunger. It's just like if I'm doing shit, like if I'm at work or if I'm working out or if I'm just like out and about, then it doesn't really get to me. But if I'm just at home, like thinking about it, that's when it bothers me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But besides that, like, I feel like generally speaking, I'm able to go pretty long without, like, really thinking about food. As long as I have water. If I have water, I'm chilling.
Yeah, that's so funny. So I used to do some sadistic shit in high school when I used to take it really seriously. I've told you about my weight loss journey from sophomore year to junior year. I lost, like, 30 to 40 pounds. Like, very significant, especially, like, for my smaller size. I would eat 1 meal a day. And all night, I would just watch the Food Network and just, like, salivate over all the food.
What the fuck kind of shit is that, bro?
You.
What the fuck?
Like, some sadistic weird shit. I don't know. Like, my auntie who lived with us at the time, we shared a room. So literally, like, she wouldn't do one meal, but she would do way less, like, just smaller 8 portions. And then I was just like, I'm gonna do one meal. And my thing was to chew a lot of gum if I'm hungry.
Yeah.
And then I would just drink a lot of water and just watch the food network. Diners, drive-ins,
That's
you know,
wild.
dude. And it weirdly, like, satiated, like, kind of the craving in the mind, if that makes sense. I know I wasn't eating it, but I was like, okay, like,
Yeah.
at least the food is right. That's some, like, disordered ass thinking. Let me know.
That's some legit fucking mental disorder. You're like, as long as I'm close to food.
Dude, like, and I've talked about this, like, loosely on this. I love food. Like, obviously food's a big part of everyone's thing, but I like to think I'm a very, like, a foodie, you know? I kind of pride myself in that, and different types of food. Not that I'll try everything, but I'll try most things. Yeah. But yeah, no, going back to it, so this one meal a day, I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
Not excited, but I'm liking it.
That's cool. Nah, dude, fucking all that aside, I think I'm really excited to, like, start this new job just so I can finally do jujitsu.
Yes.
And or, like, Muay Thai.
Oh, yeah, life update. He's getting a new job.
Yeah, I'm probably going to get a new job soon.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, it's just because, like, money, you'll be able to do it.
Yeah.
Dude, hell yeah. So he's planning to
Because
do,
money.
mentioned, yeah, jujitsu. I'm trying to get into hot yoga.
You should do jujitsu too.
I'm planning. I just don't want someone to fucking, like kick me or punch me in my face and I get, like, a black eye.
That's why you do jujitsu. There's no striking.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so what the fuck is the point? You're just like, from far away.
No, nigga, it's like,
if listeners,
do you not know what jujitsu is?
Karate chop for the
What
listeners.
the fuck?
I thought I did. Okay, explain to the viewers and me.
It's like submissions, like wrestling and shit.
Oh, someone's elbow's gonna accidentally coink. Like,
No,
okay,
not when you're first starting.
okay.
If you're like a fucking white belt, like no one's gonna just like, hey, just fucking elbow you right in the face.
No, what I mean is, like, someone's gonna, like, I don't know.
No,
I'll try it.
They're gonna teach you how to do it. They're not just like, good luck.
I know.
Get out there and figure it out.
Because, like, everybody else, yeah. I don't know. I'll try it. Like I said, I'll try it.
Everyone I know who's done it, one, falls in love with it, and two, gets, like, super fucking shredded because you're like, it's like play fighting almost. You know what I mean?
After this video, you got to show me what it is.
Yeah,
Because now I'm like, I guess I didn't realize what jujitsu was.
And there's, like, a ton of, like, chicks who do it who are, like, badasses. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's, like, the most impressive because, like, obviously, like, as a guy, like, you know, you're gonna kind of, like, choke each other out.
Right.
But, like, when a girl, like, submits, like, some big ass dude, it's like, oh shit. You know what I mean?
I'm not gonna lie, I do want to learn how to, like, fight people though.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You should do jujitsu.
You just said that you don't learn how to fight people.
What?
Like, punch and fight people, I mean.
You can do that too, but I'm saying you should learn jujitsu.
Like, once you learn it more, like, you do that.
Yeah.
Okay, good
It's
job.
not one or the other.
Gotcha. Makes sense. Okay, then I'm down.
Yeah.
Same with, I was gonna surprise you with this. I'm low-key down to do, what is it called? Not open mic, improv.
Are you really?
Yes.
What the fuck?
Dude, okay, I didn't even want to mention the podcast I was listening. I've been, like, obsessed with a couple of podcasts, and, like, they've talked about, these girls live in LA, and they talked about just improv and just, like, fun and the silliness of it. And I'm a fun, silly person. I was just like, why not? For the shits and giggles.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I mean, you know, I've always wanted to do it. But... So,
I'm low-key down. I just thought it was kind of lame. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm down. And that sounds so rude. Are you joking? What's lame about
it? What's lame about improv?
You're in a group. Like, pretend you're driving a car. Like, that's so lame.
That's not what it is at all.
Am I just thinking of, like, what I saw in Office?
Bro, that's exactly... like, when you see improv on TV, they make it
exactly
corny
what I'm thinking.
in order to be, like, funny or whatever, but
Sorry,
that's not...
neighbors. Yeah.
That's not what it is at all.
I've seen her do improv, and she does similar stuff.
Who's her?
The girl I watched on the podcast.
Okay.
I mean, I'm still down to try. Like, it seems lame, but I'm still down to try it. Like, audience is like, oh, you pretend like you're, like, doing the Egyptian dance while you're, I don't know. Like, that's lame.
Watch you fucking go to one class, you fall in love with that shit.
So what's the point of improv? What are you trying to get
You're
at?
Exercising your improvisational skills, right? So basically your ability, you know what the fuck I'm trying to say. your ability to think of shit off the cuff, essentially.
Yeah.
Right? It's like a comedic muscle. You know what I mean?
That got to do for, I guess. Yeah. A lot of actors do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm down.
It's a skill like anything else. What it does for you, I mean, that's up to you. What do you expect to get out of it? You know what I mean?
Another thing, I don't think I'd ever do this, honestly, but I think doing stand-up would be kind of fun.
Well, start with improv.
That's why I wanted to do that. Because, like, totally, the girls I watch, they also, like, they consider themselves comedians. They don't do stand-up yet, but that's kind of why they're doing improv, to prepare themselves for that. And it just seems like a fun challenge for me because, you know, me, I like to self-proclaimed. I like to think I'm a very funny person. And that's what I kind of learned with improv with them. Sorry, not improv, stand-up with them. It's not just, with me, a lot of the men stand-up I see, I guess it's all about telling stories, you know? And I feel like I can tell very, like, funny situational stories.
Yeah.
So I want to try it out. Would I be good? I have no idea.
I also think you should try it.
I want to. No, I want to.
Shit, I'll do an open mic with you if you do one.
No, I'm down. Yeah. And I totally want to like do it sober and shit, you know, because like the first.
You definitely should do it sober.
No, yeah, because my first thing, like, I'd be nervous. I totally want to do it drunk or whatever. I totally want to do all of this stuff sober, just because.
Shit like that, you kind of have to do sober because I feel like it's like you maybe I don't know, I forget like where. Okay, just anecdotally. When I was in college, right, I used to like get really drunk and study for like my midterms. And then when I would take my midterm or my final, I would also like take shots, and it would help me like do well on the test.
That's hella funny.
Because I forget what it was. It's like some psychological study. Basically, whatever condition that you study in is the condition you want to take a test in. So certain people will like, they'll study and they'll chew like peppermint gum, right? Yeah. So that then when they take their test, they'll chew that gum again. Yeah. And it, like something about the way it fucking like maps onto your brain. Same shit. So me just being a fucking crackhead, I did the same thing but with alcohol. Like, you know what I mean?
You mean alcoholic? Wrong terminology.
But I intentionally did it. I didn't like, you know what I mean? It wasn't like, oh, I need a shot. I was like, I'm gonna drink so that when the final comes, I can drink and do well on this test. And it worked. You know what I mean? I did good in school. But I say that to say, if you start doing improv or stand up with a substance, the moment you stop that substance, you're gonna fucking suck. Yeah. So it's better if you just start not with the substance.
And I just know a lot of comedians, like, it turns into a very dark thing, you know? So, like, I wouldn't, obviously. So I totally want to do it sober. And, like...
And it's so cliche, like, the fucking, you know...
I mean, drinking just makes you loose, you know? So,
of course.
Yeah. Pop a gabapentin and do it.
Again, your ass is going to fall asleep in the middle
Bro,
of your set.
gabapentin, even when you said that earlier, it's not going to make you fall asleep.
Bro.
So you don't take it during the day?
No, you know this.
I know I did know this. I don't know why I was like that. But it's just funny because, like, I don't know, whatever. Not the point. But yeah, so I don't know. It's just kind of not related to this. It's just funny how, like, people can inspire you, or like you can find inspiration in different things, you know?
That's why I be watching podcasts and shit, dude.
Exactly. And that's what I like these past couple of weeks, or like, you know, the last month, I've just been in kind of a little rut. I just been, again, not finding inspiration, or just been excited about stuff. Kind of sounds like depression, but I literally just been in a rut, you know? And then when I just discovered this podcast, it's just kind of like, as cheesy as it sounds, like, kind of woke me up again, you know? I was just like, oh, I want to do all this. I want to, like, do this. It was, I don't know, I'm excited, so.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's always good to have, like, something to, like, aspire to.
Definitely. And, like, I didn't realize with podcasting, from them I learned that you can tour as well.
If you're good enough.
If you're
popular and people really fuck with you. Because, I mean, basically, if you think about what a podcast is, it's just like, it's almost like a talk show. Just without a fucking audience.
And specifically, right, exactly. And then you get the audience. And then specifically with them, they talk about a lot about, like, stories of, they live in LA, you know, so they have, like, millions of stories. So it's just very interesting. And it made me, like, not that I wasn't taking it seriously, but it made me want to take it more seriously.
Yeah.
Because I felt like podcasting was more of, like, your thing, you know? And then I was just like, I'll co-host, I'll do this with you. But now, I don't know. I like it. I just thought it was a very oversaturated market, and I'm not.
But it doesn't matter. I feel like
What isn't oversaturated?
The world's oversaturated. There's too many
That
fucking
part.
people. But the thing is, the cream always rises to the top.
Yeah.
So if you have good content and you have like, good on-screen chemistry and all that
Right.
shit, if people fuck with you, they're gonna watch you. Like, think about it like this, right? All the podcasts that I watch, at least, you're probably gonna get into more.
Definitely.
It's just a matter of your attention type shit.
What do you mean?
Like, I follow so many podcasts. Do I watch all of them? No. But I'm still engaging with them.
Gotcha. And
So
so many diverse ones too, right? Yeah.
So
That's
it's like,
true.
there's so many different interests that I have that these podcasts can,
That's very true.
whatever,
Kind of fulfill.
I guess is the word I was going to say. But, like, it just doesn't matter. It's not like there's a cap. It's not like you can only watch 10 podcasts. Like, it's not.
I know. And like you said, there's billions of people in the world. So 1%,
if 1% of the population watched your podcast, you're still doing phenomenal.
That's with anything though, huh? That's kind of like the beauty in that. But to go off that, like, I don't know, my thing with like podcasting and this might obviously just be a me thing. I never in the beginning, I'm always hesitant to give it my all because like with anything I like to do, I want to do it. Like, my thing is just to the best, I'm kind of a perfectionist in that way. So I always kind of have like a guard up in the beginning because I'm like, I don't want to give it my all because it's like, what if it doesn't succeed? Like, so it's almost
what if
like
it does?
Being afraid of failure. Exactly.
Yeah, you're self-sabotaging.
Self-sabotage, that's a huge like motif in my life.
But the thing is, like, the first time you do anything, you're going to suck.
Yeah.
Totally. You only get good by continuously doing it.
Right. And like, as my prefrontal cortex is like developing and everything is like,
because you don't even watch our podcasts, do you?
No, I don't. Like, it's like, I forgot what actor can't watch themselves in movies. I don't like hearing myself. Like, I'm so like, I guess insecure in that way.
This is what I would say.
Yeah.
You're never really gonna get better unless you start doing that.
I know
Because I watch damn near every single episode that we put out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even if I don't watch the whole thing.
Robert De Niro who does
I'll watch like minimum half of it, you know what I mean? Just to make sure we sound good.
Totally.
Make sure like, there aren't a bunch of fillers or our topics don't get redundant, which I'm sure they do. I'm sorry. We be talking about
listeners.
We be talking about the same like 10 things. But, I say that to say that taking that time to go back, it's the same thing like if you did get into stand-up or improv, you're going to want to look back at your tape. It's like,
oh my God,
it's like athletes. Like athletes look at tape, right?
No, I get I totally get it, yeah.
Yeah, because you need to be able to see like, okay, like that was good, that was bad, and take notes and edit yourself and be able to, next episode, do better than you did on the last one.
That's why I never want to be like TikTok, anything famous. Like, I just don't like being in the public. It's also like, with the public eye, with like putting yourself out there, it's like, it's judgment, It's like people.
But that's anything.
I mean, that's not anything. Most things you're not in the public eye. Most
like
jobs.
What?
Most jobs. Any job you can think of.
Name a job where you make like a lot of money.
Well,
that you're not at some point in the public eye. Like, no, there's no like
coders.
There's no bro.
They are not in the public eye.
But the best ones are gonna be known at least.
Nuh-uh. What best known coder do you know?
Listen. The ones who are gonna be like the top coders are going to be known at the very least among coders.
Well, yeah, I'll give you that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is still a community. Maybe not in mainstream,
right?
But they're going to be known within the coding community.
Yeah.
So to some degree, you're going to have to be a public-facing figure if you want to be extremely successful. If you're okay with just being like mid, like you just like go to your little cubicle code and then you go home and you collect your whatever $150,000 check and you're just okay with that, then fine. Yeah, you might not need to be in the public, but
so I'm talking in the level of notoriety of like the public. I don't care if I'm like known in my field, you know what I mean? That I don't care. I'm talking about like being really famous.
But even in that small sphere, you're gonna get hate.
Yeah,
there's gonna be someone who's like, fuck Cigar and her coding sucks.
I get you. Like, example, I like my daily job, that bitch didn't like me. Yeah, it was the whole thing. So it's like, it's true.
There's always someone.
That's so true.
Like, you're never going to go through it unscathed. Like,
no, you're right.
There's always going to be...
You're going to, like, piss somebody off.
That criticism, yeah.
That's true. I mean, yeah. Yeah.
If you ain't got haters, you're not doing it.
I mean, I'm still doing, you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm still doing the podcast. But it's just, those are the stuff that, like what stops me or, like, stops a lot of people, Yeah, no. And it's, like... And, and that is, like, my thing, like... As much as I say all of this, my, like, go-to motto is like, just fucking do it.
Right.
Just try it. That's always my thing.
I'd rather try and fail than never have tried at all.
Yeah.
Because at least even if you fail, you learn from that shit. You know what I mean?
Totally.
And even if people, and that's why I never really took like criticism and shit like that to heart, because even if someone's trying to hurt your feelings, for one, you just can't take it personally. Mm-hmm. But two, it's like, well, is there an opportunity for you to learn something?
Right.
So if somebody's like, oh, your podcast sucks, you guys sound stupid. Okay, well, how can we not sound stupid?
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, totally.
Like, if there's nothing we can do about it, if it's like something completely like irrational, then fine, whatever, just kind of dismiss it. Even better.
No, I totally agree.
But if it's something that might have a nugget of truth, it's like there's always room for improvement. At least that's the way I look at shit.
No, totally. That's that emotional regulation and healthy growing up. No, I agree with all that, but like that's not the first instinct I look at. You know what I mean? So it's just funny because like, and like I talk to you in like private, like we grew up very differently, so we have very like different like, in certain things we have very similar viewpoints, but like certain things I'm like it's just like, yeah, I guess. it's like funny.
I don't know,
but I don't know. It's interesting, but I also like it too. Like I love it because like you teach me that perspective, and it helps because I don't know, man. Life is too short to give a fuck about what people think. Exactly.
Like one day we're just gonna be dead, and like then what does it matter?
I'm telling you, yes, dude. And I've been like obsessed with this. Her thing is called like no nonsense spirituality, and she just kind of talks about. She's trying to kind of, I don't know quite the right word for it, but she's kind of just like, don't think about like fearing God or whatever, just live in the now. Like,
yeah, that's all you have.
Yeah, that's all you have. Oh my God, that was even my point about her. I love her. Like she also studies theology, and she kind of talks about, she was a Mormon before, so very interesting. So she kind of went through the whole indoctrination, was in a very kind of cultish. No offense to all the Mormons out there, whatever. It's a cult. It's like cultish, So she talks about.
Did you just get offended for the Amish people?
Amish? I said Mormon. Oh my God, you don't even know.
I was thinking of the Amish because of the Eclipse.
I know.
Like I was thinking.
But no, it's just very interesting because she talks about why the reason, like humans kind of need God, and she talks about how specifically Christian women, and those women who are just like super into God, who kind of talk like this, who are very like childlike, and she kind of says that it's not because like you've been like chosen, you see the light, it's because you're a child, you're naive, you know what I mean, you kind of, and that just kind of opened my mind. But it also for me, bro.
I mean, that's what religion does, right? Like exactly. God, Sky Daddy,
exactly.
You are the children of God. Like it puts you in a very. That's the thing that's the one thing that I always had a problem with religion is the fact that they take away your like
not like free will,
not free will, but like your responsibility, or like your, you know what I mean?
Totally.
It's like everything's
it's
like
just pray hard. You know what I mean? Yeah. Totally.
But even if like if something bad happens, it's like, oh, like it's God's will, or like if something good happens, it's like, oh, I thank you to God. Dude, like there's no like self accountability. It's like, bro, like even when you see, and I get it too. Like I understand, like to some degree, there's an element of like faith and luck that kind of plays into it, and I think for sure there's room for that as well. But I always hate, like, especially like when you look at like the Grammys or the Oscars, the first thing they always say, first thing I just want to thank God, is like, nigga, okay, I get that and all, but you're the one who put in the work. Like you're the one who went after it. Like maybe you had faith that it all would work out, but it's you at the end of the day. Like no amount of praying. If you had just prayed and stayed in your room, it would have never happened.
So that's so funny you say that. Me and Daniel, shout out to Daniel if you ever watched this. Me and him had this whole time. He literally said that he says like he hates when like his sister and stuff are like more religious. So they'd be like, thank God for like giving me this place to stay. And he gets mad at them. He's like, bitch, like you worked hard. Like you're the reason why you have this roof over your head. Like God, like this imaginary thing didn't give you this, you did it. And what I hate is like the church and everybody uses that as an excuse, and people pour so much money into that, know, and they're not getting shit back. It's manipulation. But that's not even a tangent.
But going back to like what you were saying before about like people being naive and like childlike, I think that's a big part of it. Is like they almost don't take any responsibility for their own life. Exactly. So that there's always like this, I mean, even in the way they talk about it, it's like this savior
exactly
is going to come down and like fix all your problems or do whatever it is, you know?
And the worst ones are like it's like some religion, it kind of makes more sense. Like, you know, do it's like those indoctrinations that should be don't harm people, you know, do good, blah, 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 do all of this stuff. Be clean.
Those are just principles.
Exactly. But I hate the ones that are like, you got to suffer in this world and the God, you know? Yeah. You're just making people suffer in the hands. It makes no sense to me.
I don't think you should tell people you have to suffer, but I do definitely think that life is suffering.
Yeah.
And I think the only way you can appreciate the good is if there's bad. Case in point, America. We have it too good. So now we just make up all these fucking problems versus if you take somebody who's like, you know, going there. but think about it. If you take somebody who's like has nothing, living in a dirt hut somewhere in like Africa, and you bring them to this country, they're so thankful.
Well, of course, you know, but I think I agree with most of that, but I think like people's issues are like subjective, so it's like
that's what I'm saying though. But when you have no real problems,
I know. I mean, I hear
the subjectiveness is that this little fucking problem is the biggest thing in the world.
I hear, I know.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
it's hard to be like your feelings are valid if you're like sad, you know, like if you're depressed, like
no, listen, your feelings are valid, right? And to quote Joe Rogan, he always says this, and I agree 100%. He says that the worst thing that's ever happened to you is the worst thing that's ever happened to you, right? So if the worst thing that ever has happened to you is that you got a splinter, that is the worst thing that's ever happened to you, right? But if the worst thing that's ever happened to you is that you got shot, that's also the worst thing that's ever happened to you. You know what I mean?
No, I get you.
So to go back to what you're saying, it is subjective.
Makes sense.
But that's not to say that like the person who gets shot, if they get a splinter, they're probably like, this is nothing.
No, I get you. And you can't be like, well, my splinter is worse as you getting shot. Yeah, that's just stupid and nonsense. So I get you. That's what I'm saying. I totally get you. Yeah.
So it's like you, to some degree, and again, I'm not saying like people need to go out and suffer, but life is suffering. And I feel like the more you suffer, the more you appreciate the gift that is life. That's all I'm saying. So you can do with that information as you will.
I don't know if like it's like John Locke and Thomas Hobbes. I don't know if you know those, like back in the so Thomas Hobbes believed that humans like at the root of it were like meant to suffer all bad, you know. And John Locke, who was like the father of like enlightenment, was like at its core like people aren't all bad, and like it's not all about suffering. It's about kind of just living your life and being content with it, you know. So it's, I don't know, I get you, and it's like very unfair of a scale in that like, why are we here able to do this podcast, but like, you know, there's people in like another country who are like, I don't know, I have no point to that. Just
I don't know, but I do think that
it's interesting.
If you want to live a more fulfilled life, you should choose or pursue difficult things.
Makes sense. Challenges. Yeah.
Like I
think that's a better word than suffering.
And I do think that's kind of why I've been on this like whole like gym fit, like, you know, kind of kick thing that I'm going on right now. Because it does make the rest of my day so much easier.
Totally.
Like just waking up and doing something like super fucking physical. And again, this is all like kind of cliche and people have talked about this from the beginning of time, but
it's when you discover yourself, you know.
I know, of course
it's a little different.
It's not even about discovering it. I think once you start implementing it and you see you feel the tangible results, then it's like, I get it, you know what I mean?
And then you just kind of
and that's not and I say that like I didn't grow up fucking swimming, you know what I mean? Like so it's like I already knew, but I feel like I went through this period in my life where I just like, once I became an adult, I guess, like an autonomous adult, I chose not to do a lot of difficult shit. Like all throughout college, I didn't really work out. You know what I mean? Like I rode my bike everywhere, but that I wouldn't consider that like a workout.
Right. No, but, totally.
It wasn't until, you know, within I think like the last year that I really started even giving a fuck about my health. You know,
prefrontal cortex developing.
Nah, it's that fucking pancreas shriveling up. It's like my nigga, my body's getting old. I'm fucking 30. I'm an old ass nigga now. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. That's like another reason why, like, again, referring back to our podcast, like they were kind of talking about like being sober is like kind of the ultimate challenge, especially growing up with like just doing a lot of substances, because like that's the ultimate high, as like, you know what I mean? Because I've been smoking weed since I was 15, you know? So I don't know if somebody do the math for me. I'm 29. Have I smoked
14 years?
Okay, so next year I'll smoke about this. But 30. Come on, girl. You could have done that math.
Quick math.
That's smoking. You see, kids?
2 + 2 is 4.
Like, that's smoking. But I don't know. So it's like, smoking has been a big part of my life. So I really want to just like cut this fucking habit and just,
Yeah.
you know?
I mean, it's like I always say.
Yeah.
I think the reason why I've been able to stay sober this time around is just the fact that, like,
It's fucking hard.
Like, one, I want it, but two is like, if I ever did decide to drink again, there's plenty of alcohol. It's not going anywhere.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like the same thing with weed. There's always going to be weed around. Like, if you don't smoke for a month, 2 months, a year, whatever, it's not like you're missing out on, like, the best weed ever. If anything, it's going to be even better when you do decide to come back and smoke, you know?
It's not me missing out on the weed, the best thing ever. It's not even like, oh, it's so fun for me anymore. It's kind of like it just dulls the noises in my brain.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like more medicinal. And I do think that's why I need to, like, I don't necessarily want to go on, like, medication, but, like, something else, you know, alternative.
Meditation. Or exercise.
I mean,
I don't know. I just think
exercise. That's a great one.
You just
and
need something else to. I just think with. I mean, and I'm guilty of this too with the alcohol.
Yeah.
It's just the easy way to deal with
Of course.
You know what I mean?
It's a Band-Aid.
It's a Band-Aid. Exactly.
It's like after a hard day. Yeah.
And exactly. I truly do believe that, like, if you did take the time to, like, meditate or therapy or whatever it is, or even
combination
of all of them, and you really got the opportunities to do, like, some self-reflection or whatever, just coming, like, a come to Jesus moment. No.
Come to Buddha
moment. And you figure out, like, what it is about, you know, just being with your thoughts or whatever that bothers you, and you can overcome that. I mean, like, you'll have like a longer sense of peace than if you just, like, get high.
No, I get you.
You know what I mean?
But the thing is, I know what about, but that's a whole nother topic. Yeah. I don't know. It's just. But to say that, I'm still, like, content with my life right now. You know, like, it's a beautiful day.
I mean...
It is. Like, I try to be very positive. Even today, like, it was lovely. Yeah. Like, again, like, I'm finding a lot of inspiration on these people. Like, the same lady I was talking, the no-nonsense spirituality lady, she kind of talks about, because she, I think, drank a lot. She kind of talks about, like, just finding, again, the small things, the beauty in the small things, like, she gave the example of, you know, when you're, like, washing dishes, an annoying activity, when you just feel, like, the warm water in your hands, and that just feels kind of good, and just kind of relish in that. So I just been, like, even today, just being outside in Berkeley was nice, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to focus on the little things, and it's so fucking lame. I'm just kidding. But it's, like, easier to just, like, do an edible, and you're like, oh, I feel all the fucking dopamines and serotonin. Right. But then I saw the funniest fucking, like, TikTok reel today. This girl was like, oh, my dad's about to raw dog, basically the 7-hour airplane ride with no iPhone, no iPad, no book or nothing. He's just gonna sit there. 7 hours, bro.
Bro, that's crazy.
Somebody was like, his dopamine receptors must be, like, hella sensitive.
That's nuts.
Because I've coined that shit out with edibles and, like, you know what I mean? But just to sit there for 7 hours, be like, and somebody was like, you know he's gonna fall asleep in the flower for 5 minutes.
Bro, you know I've been, like, hungover on a flight before.
Bro, I can't imagine. Oh my god, did you die?
The first time it was when I went to my cousin's graduation nearby.
Oh, what the fuck? I didn't know that. That was recent.
And it was funny because, like, I got there, right? It was like a fucking 6 o'clock in the morning, crazy ass fucking flight. I'm hungover. I think I woke up and, like, took a shot because I'm an idiot.
Oh my god.
Got on the plane, passed out. Like, an hour before we landed, I woke up and I was just, like, throwing up in the bathroom.
Are you serious?
Dude. Yeah. And then, like, I got it out and I was like, all right, cool. Like, I feel fine. We land. And then I remember, like, it was, like, another hour to like, get off the plane, get the rental car, and then drive to the hotel, which was, like, an hour away.
Oh, damn.
And the whole time, I was just, like, miserable, dude. Like, I was, like, trying not to throw up. Like, I was, like, I had to, like, shit hella bad.
No, your mom's probably all talking to you.
Yeah, my mom's just, like, talking to me. And I'm just like, yeah, totally. Like, just holding it together.
So funny. I wonder if she watched. She's like, I didn't even know this.
I know, right? She probably did. I don't know. Maybe she did.
That's so funny.
But then I went to my goddamn sister's graduation. The same fucking thing. I didn't learn my lesson. I was like,
that again was recent. Both of those events were in the last year.
I did not learn my lesson.
And you were hungover too?
Yeah, dude.
Shit.
And I was just like, this is fucking the worst.
That's hella funny. Nah. Like I've never been hungover in a plane ride, but I've been hungover like even in like a short drive. I think when I slept over at my friend's house who lives in Hayward, bro, I took an Uber. I was so hungover because I, of course, dumbly, cheaply did an Uber pool because I was like, whatever. They had to go to the San Leandro Hospital. I yacked in my bag.
Bruh.
I literally threw up in my bag. I was like, I'm dying.
See, that's when you just gotta get the fucking direct Uber, bro.
No, I don't know what I was like thinking, $3 more bro, probably. Like, what was
$2-3.
And I remember, I was just like, bro. Remember the Uber pool, though? That shit was funny.
Yeah. Do
you remember the Uber pool that you have to meet at a certain spot and they pick you up? It would be like $3-4. I remember the good old days. You would just be in there with three other people.
Dude, I remember I took an Uber pool once, right? To go, like, my car was in the shop, so I was gonna go pick it up, right? Mm-hmm. And there's this other lady who was in the car, obviously, it's Uber pool, and they like dropped me off, and then I think like she put in like the wrong address or something, right? So the guy was just like, she was like, we're hella far, and he was like, no, like this is where you get off at or some shit like that, right? So she got out and she was just kind of like standing around. So I got my car and I was like leaving and I was like, hey, like, do you want to ride? Yeah, because it was, you know how Oakland, they have like 14th Street, and then they have like Avenue? 14th Ave, and then they have like East 14th.
Oh my god!
So it was one of those. It was like it was like East 14th, but she was trying to be on like 14th Ave or some shit like that. One of the two. So I knew where she was going. So I was like, I'll give you a ride.
And she was like, yeah.
And she was like, yeah. And then we ended up being like Facebook friends like to this day. But,
really?
Like, I never talked to her again. But it was just like one of those.
Was she
weird
like our age or like older?
Nah, I think she was older. And it was funny because like she was low-key like, this was kind of right when OnlyFans came out. So she was like one of those chicks. She was like one of those like weird like Burning Man hippie chicks. And I remember she had like, it was like it was before OnlyFans. They had like something else. I forget what it was, but she had like her own thing, like, oh, like pay for my pictures or whatever.
That's
like that
so
type
funny.
of shit. Basically a sex worker. And I remember like maybe like 2-3 years after this happened, I said something online. I forget what it was. I think it was something about like dating like older dudes or something. You know, I'd just be talking shit online. So I feel I probably just made like some stupid joke. And she like wrote a comment and I was just like, okay. And then like a couple months after that, I saw that she was dating like this super old dude. And I just like laughed so hard. I was like, that's why she was so buttered.
Wait, so how old was she and how old?
The dude was like old. He was like a gray hair, you know, old white dude. She probably, like if I'm 30, she had to be like 30, like right now. She's probably like 38, 39.
Okay, so not that much older.
Not that much older, but she was definitely older.
That's so funny.
And I just remember laughing. I was like, this bitch. That's the thing that always...
show what she looks like now. I must know.
That's the thing that always makes me laugh. Is like when you write shit online that's like generic. Like it's not really at anybody. And then specific people get butthurt.
You know what makes me laugh? When you just have random people like that. Like I have a girl that I'm still friends with on like Snapchat that I met on the train coming from like Merced. I never talked to, but like... You just... I have so many people like that, like Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook.
Especially back then. People don't really do it now, or maybe I'm just too old. But like back then, dude, you would just go out and be like, anyone. Add me on Snapchat, follow me on Instagram. That was me. Yeah,
you were thirsty for.
But people did it.
You did that. Nobody else did that.
But what I'm saying is, people would follow me. They'd be like, yeah, totally. You know what I mean?
Because you put them on the spot and stared at them.
Hell no. There's people I know to this day who still be like fucking liking my pictures and shit.
No, same. That's so funny.
From like that one chance encounter at like Civic Center or something.
No, totally. It's so funny. And I would never unfollow. I still want to see what they're up to.
Yeah, that's bro, my nosy ass. I'm like, what's fucking this person
like
up
that
to?
Girl, I know, like, remember her name? Her name was Shannon.
Oh, really? Yeah. That's funny.
She specifically on the Amtrak, she let me borrow her charger. And then we started talking. And then she was about to get, and then we like, it's funny. Why did we exchange Snapchats like we were ever going to talk?
That's what I'm saying. Like back then, that was just a thing people did. It was like instead of asking for someone's number, you would just be like.
Because it was less like.
Yeah, which is weird because it's still on your phone. Yeah. Like it's not really that
personal.
Different. In fact, I would say it's more invasive because it's like your day. You're posting pictures of your day.
But that is so funny, though. You're right, though.
But don't call or text me.
Exactly.
But you can definitely see what I'm doing 24 hours.
But now you can call damn near on every device, huh? So you can just get.
That's why it's so weird that we like differentiate it at all.
Maybe not TikTok, but everything else you can call on. I think even on Snap you can call on.
I haven't used. Well, yeah, not TikTok.
Not TikTok, but on Instagram and Facebook you can call on. Yeah. So funny. And when people they call me, I'm like, do not call me on Facebook. Like, what is he doing? You fucking psychopath.
Yeah, for real.
Like, Mark, no offense, Mark be doing that sometimes. I'm like, don't call me on Facebook, bro.
I don't like people who call me. If you call me, I don't assume anything. If you call me and like you're my friend, I probably won't answer.
Yeah, it's like call my like, phone or text me.
Text me first, because
like I don't be answering phone calls.
9 times out of 10, I'm doing shit.
Yeah,
like I'm usually driving, so I'm not gonna just answer a random ass phone call.
Right. I just don't answer phone calls. If
it's a number that I don't have saved, I assume it's for work, so I'll answer that.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
You gotta text me to let me know you're about to call me, unless it's like you or like my mom, I guess, like my family, like emergency.
I think people know though, like.
I hope so. I hope they have that common courtesy.
Not that many people call me. It's to the point now where, like, if they do call me, I usually pick up just because I assume it's an emergency.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, yeah,
some people are just phone callers. Like, I'm like, just text me, bro.
Nah, for real.
But they don't want that shit in writing, I guess, when they're trying to talk shit. That's when you gotta be like, guess what?
Record that shit.
Mm-hmm. That's funny.
What's today? Today's the 8th. April 8th, the eclipse happened.
Oh, yeah, that we did not even fucking... What?
We're in California. We can't see that shit.
One of my friends, my coworker, she was like, oh, the eclipse is happening. And I was like, yeah, I heard you can see it more on the East Coast. She's like, no, it's the sun and the moon. You can see it here. I was like, no, I mean, like, you can see it better. Like, I was like, I know.
Sun and the moon?
I was like, I know, like, you can see it. She thought it was
like some other shit.
No, but she thought I didn't realize, like, you can see it here either. And she's like, I was like, no, I know. I'm not down.
But you can't really see it.
That's what I was telling her.
You know what I mean? Like, the moon grazed the sun.
I know. People are talking about the energy shift and shit. I'm like, I don't feel it. Maybe. I'm feeling more positive.
I did have a fat ass headache earlier. Like,
oh my God.
Around the time of the... But that might have just been hunger.
That's so stupid. Get out of here. I hate you and everybody else who talk about
the crazy thing, though, that I saw on TikTok, hella people... And I don't know if I necessarily believe this shit, because I do think that, like, sometimes people be hyping shit up on TikTok. Like, I wasn't there, so I can't verify, but people were saying that, like, hella fucking planes were seeding clouds and shit to, like, cover up the thing.
Such a conspiracy.
Hell no, the only reason why I even, like, gave it any thought is because, like, hella people were posting it.
Because once you see it, your For You page is gonna turn into
why would 100 people?
The algorithm.
It's the algorithm.
He's like, oh my God, it's just the algorithm. No, it's literally.
I want to look more into it, honestly, because that is, like, nuts. You feel me? Like, all these people are just like, why are they like covered? Because my mom went to Mexico to go see that shit.
She's so extra, no offense, Poppy.
Let me correct. I don't know. I don't know if she went to Mexico for the eclipse, but she's in Mexico right now. She
was on that part. Imagine she was on the East Coast.
She saw it.
Okay, she did.
Yeah.
Did she have little glasses?
Probably.
That's cute.
But anyways, I want to ask her, be like, what did you see? Type shit.
She's like, I saw the planes.
Right? I'd be like, oh shit. Even in Mexico, the Mexico government's like, nah.
I'm fucking
we gotta cover this shit up, dog.
But the Illuminati, though.
The Illuminati's worldwide, baby.
That's hella funny.
Pitbull's the fucking ringleader.
What the fuck? Why would Pitbull be the ringleader?
Because he's Mr. Worldwide. Come
That's
on.
hella funny.
Get it together. Get it together.
Yeah. But anyways.
This is why you need improv classes.
Yeah.
So you can roll with the punches.
Whatever. I'm just not like that quick with it.
But I do think it's dope that it was like a full... See, and that's the thing, because like, you know, my Aunt Charm, she's a fucking astronomer or whatever. I wish
you know, she does horoscopes.
I wish I could like just hit her up and be like, so like, what's the deal with all this shit?
Why can't you?
I don't know. She's probably like
you
traveling
probably
somewhere.
She probably respond to you.
She might.
She might. She would definitely respond to you. Hey, if she were watching, Charm. Do you send it to them?
No.
Wow. I don't know, but did you all see the eclipse? Comment down below. Smash that like button. I hate when people say stuff like that.
Subscribe if you saw the eclipse. So no one's gonna subscribe because everybody's
subscribe if you didn't see the eclipse.
Subscribe
if you did or did not. Is everyone? Anyways, we're too silly. But I don't know. We're planning to. I want to see a movie tomorrow if we're gonna follow the schedule.
Sure. We saw.
Huh?
What did we? Oh, fucking Dune. Did we talk about Dune?
I feel like we did in the last one. Comment down below.
I don't think we did because I fell asleep. So I don't know if I had enough.
Oh, you're right. I did. I fell asleep too because we kind of went drunk.
Yeah, we went drunk and we just like fucking passed out.
I mean, I don't know. You love Dune. It just.
I'm gonna keep it a buck though.
Weird.
From what I saw in the second one,
it was very actiony.
Yeah, it was very actiony, but there was just like a point in the movie where I was just like, I don't know what's happening. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because like half of the fucking dialogue is like made up fucking words. You know what I mean? They're just like, oh, like the Flarferfin are coming through.
And I don't know if you remember, like, because I obviously read about it already.
Of course.
So I know what happened. But I don't know if you remember, like, the mom being pregnant and then, like, the baby, like, kind of you know what I mean? Controlling the mom and shit.
What the fuck? No.
Oh, okay. So you fell asleep through all that part.
Maybe we should
so
go
we should
watch
rewatch
it
that.
again.
You don't remember any of that? The little sister?
That
That's, like, and then when she became, like, the whole, like, the queen of the... Bro, we gotta watch that shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
So what part do you remember?
I remember them going to like the underground place with all the water, and I think that's the part that lost me because I was like, they have all this water but they're like drinking fucking recycled piss and sweat and shit.
Yeah,
like just get you some more water, dog. Like it's not that deep.
Just
like what are you saving this big ass puddle of water for if you live in a
I don't
goddamn
remember
desert?
the water part, I'm not gonna lie.
That was the part where I was just like, this movie's dumb.
Maybe I went to go pee during that part because I don't remember it.
You should have recycled that piss. The Fremen won't like that.
Like,
throw away your precious
Apparently,
water.
speaking of Timothée Chalamet, they say him and Kylie Jenner are having a secret baby. What do you guys think?
A secret baby? Why is it gotta be a secret?
And Club Share. See, I'm just giving you guys all
it's
this
gonna come out and not look like Travis Scott, and then everyone's gonna know.
No, like they're just keeping it hidden, not secret. Sorry, hidden, like from the public eye. Not see. Travis Scott's not even with her. Come on.
I don't know.
See, if y'all want to learn, like, want us to talk more about pop culture, let us know because I love pop culture. I do.
Speaking of pop culture,
Diddy.
that boy Diddy going to jail.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know too much about it, but you know what I do know? I heard his sons are getting like whatever too.
Arrested.
Like, yeah. Diddy's Sean Diddy Jr. and like what's his name, the cute one.
There's like he has like hella kids.
Yeah, he does. But I'm talking about the one that's not really his kid.
Justin?
No, Justin is his kid. The cute one, the light-skinned cute one, yeah. He's apparently getting fucked too. So all the brothers, like all his sons are apparently part of it too. I'm like, damn, bro.
But I don't even know if they're guilty. I just feel like at this point they're trying to...
the brother, the Sean Diddy Combs Jr. just got in trouble for like raping a girl. He just
for the drugging.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, these are still... What I think personally, right? A lot of the time with these cases, especially in the early stages, they'll throw out accusations, right, and wrap you up. What they really want is Diddy and or whoever Diddy is in cahoots with. So I feel like what I would do if I was like the FBI, arrest your kids. Because if you give a fuck about your kids, you're going to flip to make sure that they're free.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I also heard Diddy is just like the front for it. They're just using him as a pawn. It's like such a bigger scheme than it is.
They're saying
Dan Schneider.
They're saying he's like the rap Epstein.
Exactly.
Like he was doing like shit like that.
Saying,
like basically getting like other celebrities to come to these parties.
Exactly, yeah.
You know, get them on camera doing fucking sus ass shit.
Bro, the second shit I heard was Diddy like I don't know when it was.
Diddy diddle?
So Diddy like adopted this fucking kid, and like there was like video of her, and she's like, "Oh, I'm so thankful to be adopted by her." And it's a conspiracy. I don't know. Someone can like correct me if I'm wrong. I was just in like a rabbit hole, and then it turns out she was like a missing kid, like from way back when. So it turns out like. And a lot of rappers have confirmed this. Like, he just be having, like, harems of, like, missing kids. Like,
what the fuck?
No, for a lot of the missing kids.
That's some Epstein shit, dog.
I'm saying a lot of the missing kids and shit, you see, like, Diddy, like, takes them as part of the parties and all this crazy shit. It's this whole, like, huge pedophilic ring. And the sons are part of it, bro. So we're thinking, like, we as, like, the public eye, we're like, what about the girls? He has 2 twin girls. Who are, like,
you don't think those are his kids?
They are his kids, of course. But, like, are they in on it? Or are the guys abusing them? They don't know.
Oh.
Like that, because you know how people say Diddy killed Kim Porter, their mother.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he killed all those people.
So, bro, it's so crazy.
All those people that...
It's so crazy. And then, like, Cassie, thank God she got out. And then she's with her... I can't even talk to you. You don't even know the full extent. Do you?
The Cassie shit?
Yeah, okay, good. And then, like, how she got out.
How you about to tell me, nigga? What the fuck?
You looked at me like, what?
I'm waiting to hear what you gonna say.
Okay. No, so it's just fucking crazy. I don't know. Fucking Diddy. And everybody's like, obviously it's been one of those things, like, everyone in Hollywood's like, yeah, Like, did he been, you know?
Same thing with the Epstein shit.
No, yeah, exactly.
Like, everybody knew that it's just one of those things, like, you don't
Same with the
talk
Dame
about
Schneider shit. He's, again, just so
but it's also
disgusting.
The fucked up thing is, like,
crap.
all of this shit was really prevalent in the 90s. And I don't mean to sound, like, dismissive, but, like, that's what people did back then. And it was one of those things where, like people didn't, like, for one, we didn't have the internet, so there wasn't, like, this culture of exposing shit.
Yeah.
But also, it's like, if you wanted to make it in these industries, you kind of had to, like, play these, like, dirty, disgusting games. You know what I mean? Like, the fucking Harvey Weinstein shit. Like, it was well known that he was out here, like, fucking these actresses and shit.
You mean raping?
Whatever. But it was, like,
whatever.
it was well known, not well known, but it was, like, I guess well known that, like, that's how people would get roles in Hollywood. You know what I mean?
I know.
Like, I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I'm saying, like, people knew.
It's wrong. What do you mean right or wrong?
I'm just saying people knew and they didn't do anything about it until
I know, but the fact that you're like, I don't know if it's right or you should take a stance and say it's wrong.
I ain't sucking no dick for no role. That's all I'm saying. Like,
I know, but it's like,
it's fucked up for sure.
Yeah, but it almost makes it.
But the reason why I say this is why I say I'm not taking a position on it, because to what degree, like, if you wanted to be a famous actress and you agreed to have sex with him, is that still,
bro?
Like,
yes, you're still too power
of course, but you're still a consenting adult. You still had a choice. That's all I'm saying.
See, in certain things, I'm like, I can't even talk to you.
How does that not make sense? That's a very
no,
what the fuck?
No.
If you agree to
coercion,
yeah, I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just saying, at what point are you still a consenting adult? You still it's not like they said.
Do you not believe in, like, spousal rape and stuff like that? You know how, like, I don't want to go there. I'm sorry. Like, certain things I don't like to talk to you about, and I know, like, I really don't.
I can't even think about it. Damn.
I'm sorry. I really don't. I know. Anyways,
back to Diddy. Back to Diddy.
Next topic.
So, what do you think about, like, him? Obviously, I think there's, like, an element of pedophilia.
He's a pedophile.
Yeah, but so do you think that he's 100% a pedophile?
I mean,
because then there's the shit with, like, Usher and, like, Justin Bieber,
yeah,
and, like, all these, like, young ass, like, stars or whatever. And the shit with Justin Bieber, I think, is, like, the craziest shit, because he looks mad uncomfortable in all the videos, where I would argue that Usher's just kind of, like, not really giving a fuck.
No, so the overarching, like, theme of, like, just Hollywood and the industry is it's a very pedophilic industry, just as a whole. Yeah. So do I think most of them are pedophiles? Yes, I do. And did I hear that, like, with billionaires, they tend to go for these, like, supermodels because they have a very prepubescent body. That's why, like, even the modeling industry, that's the body and look they strive for, because it's like they don't have boobs, and you know what I mean?
I always thought it was because it made the clothes fit better.
I mean, who said that? Like, they just kind of said that, you know what I mean? Do we really think on a stick skinny? You know what I mean? It, like, kind of goes into that pedophilic, like a prepubescent body. So I totally think the industry...
Pre-pedophilic.
I know, sorry. Prepubescent, too many P's.
Before the pedophilia, there's fashion.
Too many P's. But you know what I mean? So I think the industry and all of that as a whole is disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say,
I have a lot of opinions.
I remember when I was, like, a kid, I wanted to be, like, a kid actor.
Me too.
Bad. And I always remember my mom and, like, dad being like, fuck no.
My mom was like, my parents were like, you're not cute enough.
Oh. You're a cute kid.
I don't think so.
You're kind of cute.
I was kind of chunky.
I would diddle you.
Thanks.
But fucking, I just remember my parents being like, fuck no. And I remember being, like, mad, like, because, you know,
you were Hollywood. I mean, you were in LA too.
Yeah, I grew up in LA.
And you were a cute kid. Yeah, you could have been.
And people would always come up and be like, oh, like,
you
your
could
kid
have been on Nickelodeon. What's the shit? The new documentary. You could have been on there and be like, oh, man.
Dan Snyder sniffed my feet. I didn't like it.
Right. Stop. I'm not making light of it. I'm sorry, y'all.
But nah.
Not only I sniff your feet.
It's
gross.
Damn it, you made me forget what I was going to say.
Sorry. Feet sniffing?
No, fuck you.
This is just like a silly podcast. I feel like this gives them a good insight into just us as a whole and our, like, what we talk about.
It's very inappropriate.
We're funny people. What? Behind the Sheets? What the fuck was that shit called?
Off the set, nigga.
It was not called Off the Set.
Behind the set. Quiet on the set.
Quiet on the set. I was like, you mean offset?
Offset.
You said it so like, you're like off the set, bitch.
Just gotta say it with confidence.
Get the fuck off the set, bitch. That's hella funny.
You ain't fucking get off the set.
I'm fucking screaming. Those poor babies. Fuck the industry. No, I would never like.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. In hindsight, like I appreciate them not letting me not letting me get fucking molested on these fucking.
I can't.
But like,
I can't.
I feel like I would never ever let my kids be like.
Period.
And just be famous. Like just be a kid. Yeah, dog. Same.
Because for a moment, when I used to watch my mommy vloggers, like way back when, before I knew the evil of it.
Even that shit's fucked up.
No, I used to want to do that. Like, I would never.
But I do think that it's a certain type. The people who want to do that are already fucked up. Like, the fact that you're like, I would never do that to my kids. Like, it shows that you're not a fucked up person. You know what I mean?
Thanks.
Do you get what I'm saying, though? It's like politicians. Like, people who want to be politicians.
Well, I want to be a politician. That's very awkward.
But no, like they always say like the people who want to be politicians are the people who like shouldn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's always like the reluctant leader who makes to be like a good leader. You know, like the person who's like, I know what the fuck's going on. I should be the leader.
I want to be leader, but I can never be a good leader.
Listen,
the leader of this free world, baby. But yeah. Anyways,
fucking make this shit New Mongolia.
I hope people keep subscribing and smashing that like button so we can get better equipment so they can hear us better.
Yeah. Is that your segue?
That was my segue.
Oh, okay.
That was my segue. That's funny you say that because, again, the podcasts I watch, they talk about, like, segues a lot. And that was a good example of it, but I feel like I make good segues. That was my segue.
No comment.
You don't think so? Just in conversations?
No.
Fuck you.
No.
That's rude. Anyways.
What do you have to say to God?
Nothing.
What are you gonna segue into now?
No, I don't know. But so we'll figure out what we want to watch tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to the movies. And I think Quiet on the Set is actually, it's like there's new episodes coming out, so.
Yeah, there's also a new season of Invincible.
Oh, the superhero show?
The superhero show, yeah. Which I'll be watching tonight.
I mean, I've been watching Love is Blind, and somebody doesn't want to watch that with me.
Gay.
I just don't think it's fair that like you be making me watch all your stupid shows.
I don't
like
make you watch shit. I put on my shows and then you go on your phone.
But I want to watch stuff together, and I want to watch Love is Blind.
Well, maybe
because Love is Blind is a show you want to watch with somebody and like talk about it.
I don't want to watch it or talk about it. So what are we gonna do about that?
That's awkward.
Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna go to the gym. Are you gonna go to the gym?
No.
Tagana's not gonna go to the gym. So we'll catch you on the next one.
Love is Blind.
If you made it this far, comment "Love is ugly" and smash that like button. Toodaloo.